Hey, what's up, everybody? I've been looking forward to this. I get to finally try the Maker's Mark Barrel Entry Proof, the BEP 2023 Wood Finishing Series. And I'm going to try to do this in all in one take to have a very uncut, unfiltered, just straight take for you guys with no editing or anything like that, just so you guys get a good, authentic review. I've been trying really hard lately to make my edits really clean so I get good, concise, crisp, short videos. That way they're nice and short for people that don't have a lot of time to watch a review. But this one, I'm going to take my time with it, and I'm going to try to give you that full authenticity and not do a lot of cuts and fast forwarding and stuff like that so you guys can see the real deal. It'll mean a lot to me if you guys put down in the comments, what do you like better? What do you prefer? Do you want a longer video with more rambling and more pauses as I intake the flavors and stuff like that? Or do you want me to cut those edits, like do it nice and quick and give you like a 3 minute long video? Leave it down in the comments what your preference is, but I'm going to get into this BEP. And just to let you guys know, every single year, if you guys have been following the channel, every time they tell us, on the Maker's Mark website, they send us an email, stuff like that, and say this is what the wood finishing series is going to be this year. I get excited the more I read about it, and people start putting out reviews like 3, sometimes 4 months before they hit Washington State up here. And so, finally got some of these. Partial thanks to Whiskey Wanderberg. Michelle, when she first saw them on the shelf, she hit me up and said, do you want me to grab some for you? And I'm like, yes, please do. Because I don't know if by the time I get off work and get down to the store, if they're going to be gone or not. So special thanks to her for just making sure that I got my hands on this bottle this year. The back of it says that it's they're showcasing the influence of their unique 110 barrel entry proof. And so we go in at this lower proof to achieve a one of a kind taste profile. Sorry, it's small writing. I got reflections going on here. It's the Bill Samuel Sr. established in 1953. Anything less or more wouldn't truly be the taste like Maker's Mark. To celebrate our 110 entry proof, we created an expression that features even more of what you get from lower entry proof. The wood sugars, more barrel characteristics, and ultimately a more flavorful sip. Our first chapter of the wood finishing series has been a way of honoring all the elements that make makers makers. But with this seventh and final expression, we're closing the chapter out with a just as exciting chapter to follow. Enjoy accordingly. And so they're showing off some of the characteristics of entering it into the barrel at 110. You guys know that bourbon can enter the barrel up to 125. And what they were talking about, showcasing all the other things at Makers. You guys probably all know that Makers is one of the only places that in the rick houses they're constantly rotating their barrels, right? And so with the was it the BRT 02 and the 01 from last year? They're emphasizing the rotating the barrels, right? They are hand rotating 200,000 barrels a year, right? Hold on. I just don't want to be misquoting anything. And so I think the BRT 01 tells the story of the first 3 years at the top of the warehouse with the larger temperature swings. And the BRT 02 is all about the final years and the reaction to the bottom of the warehouse. And so last year, they showed us what leaving it at the top of the rick house showed huge contrast to leaving it at the bottom of the rick house. Now, with their regular stuff, they're rotating the barrels all year. And so them showing us the difference between the top floor and the bottom floor, that was pretty exciting. So this year they're showcasing what it means to be that 110 barrel proof. About some of the different flavors you're getting out of it. And that it's apparently going to be more flavorful. So we're going to see what's going on with this one. And then we're going to compare it to my 3 favorite of the last, 6 variants. Nice cork pop. All right, so let's get this into the affinity barrel. For all those that didn't get their hands on this, they're offended. I'm pouring some into my affinity barrel. There you go. I'll pour this one to review with this, guys. Now, this is 110.7 proof. This edition here. Man, I'm looking forward to this. If you've been watching it this long and you haven't hit that like button, please do that liking thing. Really helps out the channel. Got some caramel and some fruits. Yeah, just it almost like a fruity ice cream with caramel on it. I like the nose. It's pretty sweet, pretty candy-esque, pretty inviting. Some of the Maker's private selects, they're all around 110 proof as well, and they just play with the different stave profiles. Some of them come off really sweet and like syrupy. Some of them come off really spicy, and some of them come off kind of chocolatey. Some of them come off kind of fruity. I really like what all those do. I'm a big fan. But this nose smells a little bit different than a lot of those. I mean, of ones I've had previously, this nose smells different. Smells great. Let's go in for a drink. See how it affects the palate. Cheers, guys. Let that roll around the mouth for a little bit. There is definitely some fruity flavors. A little bit of a cherry cough drop. It's evolving as it goes to the back of the palate. A little bit of that proof on the tip of the tongue once the honey subsided. The honey sweet flavors on the tip of the tongue. Once that kind of passed by, I felt the proof on the tip of the tongue. Let's go in for a second after we're acclimated. There we go. On that second sip, I finally got some of that Maker's wheat. Close to like a sourdough bread, but not quite like a sourdough bread. But in that wheelhouse. So you got some cereal notes. It being a wheater, you usually get some cereal notes, but it's fruity cereal. Like, not quite fruity pebbles, but what are the fruity ones that are round? Like crunch berries, almost. It's pretty good. I like that. Now, as you guys saw, I just opened that bottle. So it hasn't had any time to breathe. I didn't let my glass sit for a little bit. I drank it right after I poured it out of the bottle to see where it led me. And I'll tell you right off the bat, it's definitely not my favorite wood finishing series, but let's put that to the test. All right, let's reset the palate. All right, so what I got here is I've got a little glass of the 2020 SE4 PR5 because that is a good one. So let's see how the SE4 PR5. Oh my goodness. This nose has so much richer cherry on it. Yeah, the fruit is a thicker, more satisfying fruit on the PR, the 2020. Now that 2020 has been open for a while, right? That bottle is not a new bottle at all. I picked up 2 of those, and this is my last one. So when they first came out, I got 2 of them, and this is my last of it. I don't have any more reserve after this. So that bottle's been open for a minute. Let's refresh on this 2023 BEP. Now, coming off of that other one, there's some different savory notes in there that has almost like a cocoa powder that I wasn't really picking up until I tried it against something else to get that contrast, you know? All right, next up, the FAE 02. Love this bottle. The FAE 02 was so good. So I poured a glass of that. See how it compares. Cheers. Oh, it's way more chocolatey. That has got some s'mores chocolate going on in it. I like that one a lot more. Man, that O2 is good. The FAE. All right, refresh on the BEP. I'm seeing some of my videos that you guys have seen before where I do side-by-sides and do a lot of A-B action. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing this one against that one, and let's do this one against that one. Like, I'm comparing each one to each other with just little sips. Like, little sips of one versus the other constantly. And usually, that's in fast forward for you guys. Now we're going to try it against the BRT02. So these are the barrels that show off the expression of it sitting on the bottom of the warehouse. And it came out with such good rounded complexity to me that this is the last one of my top 3 that I'm going to try against the new BEP. Cheers. Oh, man. This one has way more butterscotch than any of the other ones I tried. Those other 3 don't have the butterscotch note in it. Now, I remember the BRT 01 was way more caramel and butterscotch than the O2. Oh, man, that's good. All right, let's go back to that BEP. Man, that is good. It is really good. But I don't think it beats any of my top 3. I'm still saying my top 3 are from 2020, 2021, and 2022. The PR5, then the 02 releases of both 21 and 22. I like them better than the 23, but we'll see how this does after it opens up a little bit. You know what? Let's put an ice cube in it. Because, you know, sometimes... Ooh. Sorry, I get my essential glass. Put a big fat ice cube in there. pour some of this BEP on it. Because some of these makers, the private selects and the cast strengths, like the Maker's Mark cast strength, some excellent fruit and vanilla notes come out of it when you add a little ice that you don't get before that. Let's give it a little stir around. Cheers. Oh, it tastes more syrupy. Still a little bit of medicinal cherry, a little bit of caramel syrup, a little bit of cocoa powder, a little bit of baking spices in there. But adding an ice cube just made it a little bit more syrupy. I don't know how to explain, like, the viscosity of it was kind of thicker. But I think it's good. I think it's excellent. If you can find it, especially at MSRP or close to, it's definitely worth every penny. But it does not beat my top 3 previous wood finishing series. And this little teaser on the back where they say, with a just as exciting chapter to follow, teasing us of what kind of special releases Makers is going to have to come in subsequent years. And so we're looking forward to that. And until then, look forward to more videos we have coming your way. And the way you're going to get notified is by pushing that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys, all you guys that made it this far. And drink something good. Take care of yourself. Drink water. And remember, earn it, protect it, and enjoy it. Cheers.